My face is cold. I just walked the dog. But I have not knit outside of knit class for going on 3 weeks now. That's not good. I had 4 2-hour knit classes in March. Did not do knit support in March because I had no time in my schedule for it. The last time I knit outside of knit class is a dog. Was March 10th at the dentist. His child needed to go to the dentist. And all I need to do to finish that project is 4 rows. 4 rows. You want to know what it is? It's the second sock to Hufflepuff. I have 4 rows left of the toe. I need a Kitchener it closed, and then I'm done. That's it. That'll take me like half an hour at most. Hi. Yeah, half an hour at most to finish those socks. Haven't done it. I have not touched sweater number 18 since the 9th. It's April 2nd. I don't have an explanation. It's not exactly burnout. It's okay. I had a fever the day after the dentist. It wasn't my dentist appointment. It was one of my kids. And so on that next day, which was Tuesday the 11th, I woke up with a fever. I was out sick for 3 days. Luckily, I didn't have to work those 3 days. But I didn't want to knit on anything when I was at like 50% brain power. It just wasn't going to happen. And so that started it. And then I just didn't. I was tired of it. Knit class was draining me. I had no time. So alongside my 4 2-hour classes for teaching knitting, I had 20 hours a week at my normal part-time job. Okay. I wasn't home. And it was showing. And I couldn't do it. So I am taking April through September off of teaching knitting. So hopefully that will help spark some of that knitting creativity again. Because here's the problem, okay? I'm entering week 3 and nothing is speaking to me. There's no pretty yarns on my shelf that are yelling at me to make them into something. Yeah, most of them have a pattern ready to go. But they're not yelling at me. I have no patterns that I have a desire and an itch and an urge to have in my life at this moment. There's nothing that is drawing me in, speaking to me, yelling at me, demanding my attention. Nothing is doing that right now. I want to finish. Where is it? I don't know where it is. It's over there somewhere. I want to finish sweater number 18. Okay. I have 1 sleeve done. I've already done the neckline because I do my sweaters out of order. But I have half of the second sleeve and the rest of the body, and then I'm done with sweater number 18. That's another day or 2. Okay. I haven't done it. 4 flippin' rows to finish Hufflepuff sock number 2, and then all of my Harry Potter socks are done. Haven't done it. I have 6 or 7 more squares for the Rowan midwinter blanket. And then all my squares are done, and I just have to seam it together. This is what I've been working on during knit class in March, was my midwinter squares, because I could easily transport it. I don't have the pattern printed off for sweater number 18, and so it's on my laptop. Can't exactly take that to knit class, set it up, and take up half the table and be like, "Hi guys, I'm working on." No. Yeah, I haven't printed off. I love printing off my patterns, but I haven't done it yet for sweater 18. And so that's a strictly home project. And I just haven't. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. So here's how I'm hoping to fix it. Taking a break from teaching knitting. I maybe doing the finishing touches on like weaving the ends on all my Harry Potter socks. Block the finished squares that I haven't blocked yet for the midwinter blanket, so that way when I do get around to seaming it together, that part's already done. Okay, I have the gingerbread socks that I still need to frog that are in timeout because they were pissing me off. I can frog that and rewind the yarn and get that all ready to go for whenever I am taking them out of timeout and I am no longer mad at them. Okay. I have another pair of socks that I can frog that I'm not going to finish. I haven't worked on them since July. Since like last July or August, I haven't touched them. I have no desire. I feel like the pattern is not doing the yarn justice. It's not the right fit for the yarn color. And so I'm going to rip it out. So I can do that. None of that is actually knitting. I just need to kick my own butt to get back into knitting because I have not gone this long without knitting in a long time. My burnout last summer did not last this long. Did not. I made, that sweater for 4th of July and that helped spark it again. But it's been almost a month, guys, and I don't know. So doing the finishing touches, stopping teaching knitting for a while. Maybe I'll get that joy back and refill my soul with my desire for my granny hobbies. Maybe I'll head into Three Loves and see if anything jumps into my arms begging me to take it home. I have another yarn store in the opposite. Three Loves is this way. I have another yarn store that direction. Another 20 minutes that direction. And maybe I go into there. That one is called I Yarn For You. It's adorable. Maybe I go into there and see if something, again, jumps into my arms begging me to give it a home. Like, maybe I do that. Or I get Kika's new book. I love her patterns. My two favorite sweaters have been my Salty Days and my Stripe Pipe. Those two are vying for the top spot right now. And I love them so much. It's the simplicity of the construction for Stripe Pipe in the fact that it's very easily customizable with the striping and the colors. You can do whatever you want and it'll still be great. I love it so much. And then Salty Days, it's just classy. I love it. Okay. But I haven't been that excited about a project in a while. And I was hoping that sweater 18 would be something that would help me get out of it. But I haven't touched it since March 9th. I need to finish it. So I'm, maybe ordering Kika's book and looking through those beautiful patterns will ignite that spark again. My passion for my granny hobbies. I mean, yes, I have other things I can do. But the knitting, I need to knit. I just have to stop whatever is going on and just do it. That's the hard part, is just getting started for anything. So I'll do those things. I've got an embroidery kit up there that the kid wants me to do. maybe I do that instead. That's also one of my granny hobbies is embroidery. But I don't know. It's starting to scare me a little bit of how long it's been since I've worked on anything. And I just had a thought. Maybe doing finish it February and finish it January did not help at all. Where I had this self-imposed thing of having to finish projects before I allow myself to start something new. Maybe that is what helped kill it. I didn't actually finish anything. I got really close. I got, close to finishing the second sock. I finished more squares. The Hobbit now has 2 arms and 2 legs. He's still headless, but at least I got closer to finishing him. Oh, I did do one thing. I did make a baby blanket for a friend. That's finished and given to her. So I did that. That's it. Aside from sweater number 18 and that baby blanket, I have not started any new projects this year. We're in April now. Normally I have several done by this point. I just don't. So starting next week, yes, next week, today's Wednesday, the 2nd, but I'm not home at all tomorrow. I'm working Friday and Saturday. We're busy on Sunday. So sometime next week, I will go to one of the yarn stores or both. Why not make a day of it? And see if something wants to come home with me. I'm going to go order Kika's book right now and get that beautiful thing in my hands. Okay. And I just need to do it. Maybe I also get my spinning wheel out of retirement. I should do that too. What would you do? Have you ever had this lost mojo for a while? How do you get it back? Do you just stop being not crafty and start being crafty instead? Like Barney Stinson style? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was my plan, right? Do the finishings on the Harry Potter socks and my squares. Order Kika's book. Frog socks that are pissing me off. And go into my local yarn stores. Something is going to help. There's my list. You want to know what I've been reading lately? Because that's fun. I borrowed Sunrise on the Reaping from a friend, so I got to finish that so I can give it back to her this weekend. I am on book 2. I don't even know what the series is called. Dream Harbor or something. The first book is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It's freaking adorable. So 3/4 of the book is a Hallmark movie, and then there's open door scenes. So if you are not a fan of descriptive mattress mambo, but it's way tamer than other things that I've read. And so I went out and bought the second book because I loved the first one so much. It was adorable. I just finished Darling Girls on audiobook from Sally Hepworth. Not my favorite one of hers. It just, there was something about this one that just didn't have, they weren't up to snuff with compared to her other ones. So I gave that one 2 stars out of 5. Let me pull up my Goodreads. I did Some Choose Darkness. That one Yeah, there's a serial killer, but the telling is a little weird. It switches timelines. Okay. So there's before and after, and eventually they kind of meet up a little bit, sort of. But I've read books with the differing timelines before, so that wasn't the word. It was okay. I saw the twist coming. Anyway, um, a cute book with lots of open door scenes. The Paradise Problem. It was adorable. It was cute. I loved it. The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. Dude. Okay, this one is not for the faint of heart. Okay. Um, it's psychological thriller, murder, mystery type deal. Um, Differing points of view. So if you have access to the audiobook, I highly recommend it. It's multiple narrators and it's so good. And then The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. Yes, I know how her stories go and her formula and format, but I enjoyed this one more than others. This one, oh, it was a good one. And then I think I mentioned this in the last video where I read Onyx Storm. So, yeah, that's what I've read so far this year, along with, rereading Harry Potter that I started rereading last year. So this year in January, I finished Order of the Phoenix, and I did Half-Blood Prince and Deathly Hallows in February. But that's everything that I've read so far this year. I'm rewatching Once Upon a Time. That happened in my fevered state. I was like, you know what? I haven't watched in a while. Once. Let's watch that. And my middle and my youngest are now joining me in the rewatch. They came in the middle of like season 3 when we were still in Neverland. So they saw the end of Neverland, and we're now in the second half of season 3, and they're enjoying it. It's really fun to watch it with them. Husband and I watched Severance. What are your thoughts on that season 2 finale? Man. Okay. Enough about what media I've been consuming, both reading and watching and listening to. Yeah. I think there's somebody outside walking, or a squirrel, or something. Anyway, I'm gonna go frog those socks, and hopefully that'll help kickstart whatever's going on. Anyway, if you have any suggestions for how to get out of this non-knitting slump, let me know. And what are you reading? And what are you watching?